Hello everyone, welcome back to GK Today. And today we'll be discussing most important MCQs from summits and conferences for past 60 days. So these are the 14 categories in which we have divided all the important news and events. So we have covered till here, means till science and technology. And today this is your 12th lecture in which we will cover all the important summits and conferences. Fine. So now without wasting any further time, let's get started. Question number 1. Recently, with which country India has held a Maritime Affairs Dialogue? So India and Japan have recently held their 6th Maritime Affairs Dialogue in a virtual format on 9th of September 2021. And the consultations involved exchanges on developments in the maritime security environment, regional cooperation activities, and opportunities for cooperation between the two countries in the Indo-Pacific region. So correct answer is option number C. Question number 2. The National Conference on Agriculture for Rabi campaign 2021 was held in which place? So the Union Agriculture Minister Narendra Singh Tomar has recently inaugurated the National Conference on Agriculture for Rabi campaign, and the objective of this conference was to review and assess the crop performance during the preceding crop season. Also, it aims to fix crop-wise targets for Rabi season in consultation with state governments and facilitate adoption of innovative technologies to enhance production and productivity of the crops. So this conference was held only virtually. Question number 3. Which ministry in association with UGC has organized a webinar on ensuring inclusive governance, making every person matter? So the Union Ministry of Education along with UGC has organized this particular conclave, and this has been a part of the ministry's vision of quality education to all. So this webinar created an opportunity to bring academicians, educationists and administrators on a single platform and was supported by Baba Saheb Bhimrao Ambedkar University, Lucknow. Okay. Question number 4. India held its first joint working group meeting on coal and mines with which country? So recently India and Australia held their first joint working group meeting on coal mines through video conferencing. And the discussion focused on Indian coal resources, strategic minerals demand, along with its supply scenario and engagements with Australia. Also, they discussed on collaboration on various issues like clean coal technology, surface coal gasification, coal-based hydrogen, etc. Okay, correct answer is option number C, Australia. Question number 5. National Cooperative Conference, that is Sehkarita Sammelan, was organized in which city? So the Union Minister of Home Affairs and Minister of Cooperation, Mr. Amit Shah, has attended National Cooperative Conference in New Delhi as chief guest. Also, he announced that the central government will soon come out with a new cooperative policy and work along with states to strengthen the cooperative movement. So the government is working on setting up cooperative common service centers, national database, and a national cooperative university. Okay. Question number 6. Which city hosted the first ever Quad Leaders Summit 2021? So this meeting was recently hosted by US President Joe Biden at Washington D.C. So Prime Ministers of India Narendra Modi and his counterparts Scott Morrison from Australia and Yoshihide Suga from Japan attended this meeting. Actually, in the year 2017, India, Japan, US and Australia formed this particular alliance, named it as Quad. And the aim of this particular organization is to keep the critical sea routes in the Indo-Pacific free of any influence, especially from China. Can you tell me in the comments what is Quad Plus, which was in news recently? Question number 7. who represented India in the Summit for Information and Democracy held at New York. So the Union Minister for Information and Broadcasting, Mr. Anurag Thakur, addressed the Summit for Information and Democracy on the sidelines of United Nations General Assembly that was organized in New York. And he participated in the discussion by joining from Leh, Ladakh. So this was launched in New York in the year 2019, and the aim is to promote freedom of opinion and expression and access to free and reliable information. And this partnership has been signed by 43 states till now. Okay, correct answer is Anurag Thakur. Question number 8. Which city is set to play host to the 40th edition of India International Trade Fair, that is IITF? So the ITPO, that is India Trade Promotion Organization, is set to conduct the 40th edition of IITF at Pragati Maidan, New Delhi from 14th of November to 27th of November. And the fair is to be conducted with the theme of Atmanirbhar Bharat, with a focus on economy, export potential, infrastructure, supply chain, demand, and vibrant demography. Also, this event is organized as a part of Azadi Ka Amrut Mahotsav. So, correct answer is option number B. Question number 9. Azadi at the rate 75, New Urban India. The urban conclave was inaugurated in which city? So the Prime Minister of India, Narendra Modi, has inaugurated this at Lucknow, and during the inauguration event, the Prime Minister handed over digitally the keys of Pradhan Mantri Awas Yojana urban houses to 75,000 beneficiaries located in 75 districts of Uttar Pradesh. Fine. Question number 10. Where is the US-India Business Council Summit held recently? So this summit was held recently in New Delhi, and India along with USA held bilateral talks during the visit of Deputy Secretary of State Wendy R. Sherman to Delhi. Also they discussed India U.S. 2+2 ministerial meeting, which is likely to be held in month of November. Also, the officials discussed on S-400 air defense system that India is buying from the country Russia. Okay. Question number 11. India is set to assume the G20 presidency in which upcoming year? So India is set to assume the G20 presidency in the year 2023, and New Delhi-based Indian Council for Research on International Economic Relations, that is IER's 13th Annual International G20 Conference was held recently, and it was attended by our Union Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman, and emerging market economies will hold the G20 presidency till 2025, with Indonesia being president in the year 2022 and India in the year 2023. Also, it is important because this year would be celebrated as International Year of Millets by India. For the year 2021, BRICS presidency is with India and G20 presidency is with Italy. Okay. Question number 12. Which country hosted the G20 Extraordinary Leaders Summit that has been organized to discuss the situation in Afghanistan? So under the Italy's G20 presidency, an Extraordinary Leaders Summit has been organized to discuss the situation in Afghanistan, and this meeting was held in virtual format. Also, India has been invited by Italy to take part in the meeting for discussing the humanitarian needs in Afghan and to review the livelihood requirement in the country. Question number 13. Which country has pledged of $233 million to protect biodiversity in developing countries at the key United Nations Biodiversity Summit? So with an aim to protect biodiversity, Chinese government has committed and pledged this much amount of fund to protect biodiversity in developing countries. And in this particular summit, discussions on 30 by 30 agenda were also held. And what is this? It means 30% of Earth's land and oceans protected status by the year 2030. Okay. Question number 14. Which country chairs the Conference on Interaction and Confidence Building Measures in Asia, that is CICA, in 2021? So the 6th ministerial meeting of CICA was held in Nur Sultan, which is the capital city of Kazakhstan. And talking about CICA, it is an intergovernmental forum that aims to strengthen regional cooperation and ensuring peace, security, and stability in Asia. And the first CICA summit was held in June in the year 2002, and the members include 27 Asian countries, including China, India, Russia, along with 9 observer states and 5 international organizations. Okay. Question number 15. What is the name of the consortium launched by the Department of Biotechnology to monitor bacterial and viral infections? So the Department of Biotechnology has recently launched One Health Consortium to monitor important bacterial, viral, and parasitic infections of zoonotic and pathogens in the country. And the project aims to study the use of existing diagnostic tests and the development of additional procedures for monitoring and understanding the spread of emerging diseases. And talking about One Health Consortium, it consists of 27 organizations led by DBT, National Institute of Animal Biotechnology, Hyderabad. Question number 16. Where was the 8th ministerial meeting of India U.S.A. Economic and Financial Partnership Dialogue held recently? So this was held recently at Washington D.C. and the meeting was chaired by our Union Minister of Finance, Nirmala Sitharaman, and Secretary of the Treasury of US, Dr. Janet Yellen. So during the meeting, discussions were held on recovery from COVID-19 pandemic, financial, regulatory and technical collaboration, multilateral engagement, climate finance and anti-money laundering, along with combating the financing of terrorism. These were the issues which were discussed in this particular meeting. Question number 17. Who represented India at the 8th India U.S. Economic and Financial Partnership Dialogue held recently at Washington D.C. So already I have told you, this meeting was chaired by our Union Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman. And what were the discussions that were held in this particular meeting? I have already told you. So nothing to repeat again. Question number 18. Which country is hosting leaders from 75 democracies under Generation Next Democratic Network initiative? So India is set to host young leaders from 75 democracies under the initiative of Gen Next Democratic Network. And as per Indian Council of Cultural Relations, this initiative is a part of Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav, and young leaders below the age of 35 from the ruling party, opposition party and other major parties are being invited. So the first batch will include leaders from Bhutan, Sri Lanka, Bangladesh, Japan, Indonesia, Chile and Zambia. So correct answer is option number C. Question number 19. Russia is set to host the Moscow Format 2021 of consultations on which country? So Russia is set to host the 3rd meeting of Moscow Format of consultations on the country Afghanistan, and India will be represented at joint secretary level at the meeting. Actually, this Moscow Format was established in the year 2017 as a 6-party system comprising Russia, Afghanistan, India, Iran, China and Pakistan. Then it was expanded with the inclusion of more countries, and its meetings were held in Moscow in the year 2017 and 2018. Also an interesting fact is India and Taliban may have their first face-to-face meeting at this occasion. Okay. Question number 20. Which country is set to host its own Internet Governance Forum named as IIGF? So this is a multi-stakeholder platform which brings representatives together from various groups to discuss public policy issues related to the Internet. And the Indian government, along with National Internet Exchange of India and other stakeholders, has decided to host its own Internet Governance Forum in November this year. So this forum will recognize every citizen as a stakeholder and enable them to participate in policy dialogue and decision making. Correct answer is option number C. Question number 21. Which country hosted the second United Nations Global Sustainable Transport Conference in 2021? So China played host to the second United Nations Global Sustainable Transport Conference in the year 2021, and the China's President Xi Jinping committed to establish a global innovation and knowledge center for sustainable transport as a contribution to global transport development. Now last question for today. Who is set to represent India in the 2021 United Nations Climate Change Conference, that is COP26, which is to be held in Glasgow? So Prime Minister Narendra Modi will attend this particular event as per the Union Environment Minister Bhupendra Yadav. Actually, India is the world's third biggest emitter of greenhouse gases after China and USA. But India and China have not yet made stronger pledges to cut emissions known as NDCs, that is nationally determined contributions. Okay. So that's it for today. I hope you have liked the session. These were the important news and events regarding summits and conferences from past 60 days. And now we'll meet again very soon with our next category. Till then, stay tuned. Thank you so much for watching. And please do not forget to subscribe to GK Today. With this, me Nusrat Sana signing off.